actually forgot part of the dance. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Mackenzie. For today's video, we are going to be doing Dance with the Stars Week 2 recap. And tonight was LatinNight, and we're going to get right on into it because we have a lot to go over. Let's get my notes out. So let's start with the opening number that was choreographed by Daniela and Pasha. If you don't know, they are married. They are two of the dancing pros, and they choreographed the night. And they choreographed, well, we're already starting off great. They choreographed tonight's LatinNight's, okay. They choreographed tonight's opening number, okay. Which, speaking of the opening number, it was fun, it was sexy, it was exciting, it was very Latin inspired, and I really liked it. And I also love how they dance with their partners, like Jenna is with Val and Daniela is with Pasha, like obviously, but like they're not always paired together, but you know, for the beginning when it's really saucy, sexy, what word am I trying to say right there? I think it's saucy. My first impression too are all the outfits are insane. When all the stars came down, when all the pros came down, all their outfits are so good tonight. And it's so exciting because that's one of my biggest things about Dance with the Stars that I love too, is I love the wardrobe, I love the different costumes, I love the different makeup, and tonight really pulled through. Let's start with our first couple, which was Lele Pons and Brandon. So Lele is Venezuelan, so she has a little bit of a leg up because she does have that Latin blood in her, so she can really pull from her roots and deliver a great Latin dance, which she did. And they did a samba to Gasolina. It shows in their package that she took them to Miami, so that was fun. He got to see a little bit of her culture, and she's definitely the life of the party. Latins are definitely known for partying and just having a good time, so that was really fun to see. So I think she came out so fierce. It was a great show opener. All the judges really had to say is that she was fiery and she was great. And Derek said she has to work a little bit on control, so did Bruno, and Bruno said to just work on finishing through the dance and through the details. Carrie-Anne said she set the dance floor on fire and burned it down, so that's always a great thing you want to hear from the judges. And she got a 21 out of 30, all sevens. Next couple is Tyson Beckford and Jenna, and they danced a samba. Did they dance a samba? No, they didn't. They danced a salsa. I feel like this dance was loaded with tricks that were executed pretty well. I feel like as far as his dance ability, like he definitely has a long way to go, but Bruno even recognized his big improvement, and he definitely improved from last week. And Carrie-Anne said he had a dance glow up, which is always great. And Derek gave him a handshake and said, you made a great partner for Jenna. And they got an 18 out of 30, which is all sixes, which is an improvement from 12 out of 30 last week. Next couple is Barry and Peta, and they did a cha-cha. Like I said, I love Barry. He's so precious. He just gives it his all. You know, every move is with such great intention, and all of him, like you can see he just puts it all out on the dance floor, and it's so great to see because, first of all, I didn't know he was 69. He made it seem like he was older, but I don't even feel like 69 is that old. Like, he's doing so good. Carrie-Anne said he dances with such ease, but it wasn't as good of a dance as last week. Bruno said he has to be careful because his dance kind of blended into a passe doble, which you want the cha-cha to be completely separate. And he got a 15 out of 30, which is all fives, which is definitely lower than last week's score, but he'll come back. I know he will. Next couple is Adrian Peterson and Britt. So they went to Texas and she met his family. And they are doing a samba to Taki Taki, which is a really fun Latin song. I feel like what I noticed is that he's still very heavily footed, which it's literally week 2, so it's okay. But he's heavy footed. He's kind of clunky a little bit, kind of lacks grace, but he is a football player, so that's definitely where that stems from. I didn't love it. I love the song. I love Brit. I didn't love it. Like, I wasn't pulled in or anything. Nothing special really spoke to me in that dance. Derek said there's work to be done technically. Bruno kind of said the same things. He said to work on softening the movement. And he got, what did he get? He got a 15 out of 30 as well. So that's all 5s. Our next couple is Mira and Gleb, and they danced a salsa. So they actually went to Mexico. Mira was speaking at an event and Gleb went with her, and they practiced the dance and everything. She said she's dedicating this dance to her salsa teacher that actually passed away, and that was really sweet of her. It made the dance more emotional, draws you in, and it has more of a connection for her with the salsa. My first impression though was she was a little stiff and a little hesitant. She definitely got better as the dance went on, but I did notice that I feel like her and Gleb's partnership is definitely more comfortable, more easy, and it looks more like they're more in tune with each other. I do feel like she is in her head. I feel like when she lets go of what's ever in her head and what's ever holding her back, she's gonna do great, because like I said, I think I said this last week, she kind of reminds me of Heidi D'Amelio, where I feel like Heidi definitely got better. But I feel like even through the whole thing, Heidi could have done so much better, because I feel like she was just in her head. So yeah, I feel like when she gets out of her head, she'll do so much better. But they still got an 18 out of 30, all 6s, which I believe is an improvement from last week. Well, I'm not sure. I guess I'll put it right here. But yeah, 18 out of 30. Next couple is Xochitl Gomez and Belle, and they're doing a salsa. And Xochitl has a fear of heights, and at the beginning of the dance, she has to jump off a table and fly into his arms, and it's this whole thing. So to kind of show it in the package, she was struggling with that a little bit, but I knew she'd come through. She's literally an actress. She's in Marvel movies, like I know that she will definitely get it. She just has to kind of get over that little mental block. My initial thoughts were it was really, really good, and it was filled with so much energy. I love her facials. She is going to go far. She's such a likable person on and off the dance floor that I think she's definitely going to go far. Carrie-Anne said that salsa is your superpower. Derek said your spins are out of this world and the performance is exceptional. And Bruno said it was so powerful, I was levitating. Like I said, I don't do his accent well, so don't take me for what his accent actually is, because it's very bad. But she got a 24 out of 80. Out of 80, she got a 24 out of 30, which is all 8s. So that is the highest of the competition so far. Next couple is Ariana and Pasha, and they are doing a salsa. No, they're not. They're doing a samba. One of these days, I'll get it right between salsa and samba. Today's apparently not the day, but Derek said she lacks a little bit of control, but overall it was very sexy and executed very well, besides just a little bit of being able to control the movements and make them more of a finished vibe. I think that's what Carrie-Anne said. Yeah, she said work on finishing through the movements. And she got a 20 out of 30. She got 2 7s and 1 6 from Carrie-Anne. Next couple is Mauricio and Emma. So they did a salsa. So I expected him to come out and kind of nail this, because I felt like he gives off very salsa vibes, but he kind of lacked a lot of movement, and he actually forgot a part of the dance. It was like he was offbeat, and I think being offbeat kind of threw him off altogether. He definitely picked it back up, so that does count for something, but he got all 4s for a 12 out of 30, so it wasn't the best. But you know, Derek kind of comforted him, letting him know that that's happened to so many people. Usually every couple has at least one night where they just, stuff goes wrong, and it's nothing that they made him feel bad about, which that's what I love Derek about. I feel like Derek is so good at making you feel like even if you aren't the best dancer in the world, that you are adding to this competition and that you have something that they love to watch, and he's very uplifting. But I do want to say that Mauricio and Emma did seem more connected, so that was really cool to see. I love Emma. I feel like she's always very connected with her partners, and so I love that for her and for him. Our next couple is Allison and Sasha, and they did a tango to Remember to Forget You She started out in the streamers that were kind of falling down. I feel like that was a cool touch. Carrie Ann said she was a little bit tense in the beginning, but overall it was such a big improvement from last week. She definitely dove into her more sensual side and brought that side that Carrie Ann was requesting last time. Derek said night and day between week 1 and week 2, so that's always awesome. And Bruno said she is a drama queen in the best way. She got a 19 out of 30, 2 6s and 1 7 from Carrie Ann. Our next couple is Charity and Ezra Soso, actually, because Artem was out with COVID this week. He'll be back soon, but she had to dance with Ezra, so that's always kind of nerve-wracking because you get connected with someone. I'm glad that it happened early for her though, because I feel like if you have weeks and weeks and weeks of being with someone and then you have to be kind of ripped away from them, that could be really hard. But since she just met Artem and their partnership hasn't really came to a full situation yet, then her and Ezra could be a good pairing. And he was really, really nice and really good. It was actually his first dance dancing as a pro, so that was awesome for him too, because he did really, really well and you wouldn't even know that they weren't partners from the start. They did a cha-cha to She Bangs by Ricky Martin, which is hilarious. Me and my family have a joke. We'll just be like, she bangs, because the guy who tried out on American Idol, and he was like, she bangs.
She bangs. Oh baby, when she moves, I go crazy.
She was at the top of the leaderboard last week, so you know she had that pressure on her to remain at the top. She was really great. She looks so comfortable. Derek said she looks forward to more of a connection with her partner as the weeks go on. Bruno said she worked it and she had so much precision, but she has to work more on getting that sexual tension between her and her partner. And she was like, oh, okay. And meanwhile, her fiance's in the audience like, Carrie Ann said borderline stiff, but went really well, and she's still a great dancer, and she got a 21 out of 30, which is all 7s. Our next couple is Harry and Riley. They did a salsa. I always look forward to watching them. I love them. I love them so much. I follow everything they do on social media. All the comments are like, I refresh my page to watch you guys. Like, their partnership is so fun.
I had a little cry earlier, and I had a big cry last night.
Yeah?
But I'm not crying now.
On October 3rd, he asked me what day it was.
Hey, what day is it?
It's October 3rd.
What you doing? Where you at?
I heard that they brought in Riley this year to bring more of a younger audience to the show, so I think that's definitely working because their stuff goes viral on TikTok. She's a bigger person. Her following has went up. Like, she's definitely bringing in a lot of a younger demographic. I feel like Harry is so much more confident and comfortable. He definitely has a long way to go still, but he definitely is more comfortable. Bruno said not everything's on time, but he's definitely moved forward. Carrie Ann said that he had better eye contact this dance because last week it was hard to watch, and she was like, oh, sorry, should I not have said that? But it was hard to watch because he just seemed so scared and it was uncomfortable. And then Derek just made a comment about how everyone has been ahead of the beat so far, so to just work on that. And they did get a 15 out of 30, so it's still, you know, lower. They have a lot way to go, but it's better than last week where they got all 4s. Next couple is Jamie Lynn and Alan, and they did a cha-cha. I feel like, for me, I feel like she hits the moves and she's not a bad dancer at all, but she just lacks that power and that like extra oomph in her dancing, and her smile is really nice though. Like, I feel like she definitely brightens up the dance floor when she dances. And Carrie Ann said to work on elongating her movements and finishing through the detail, kind of similar to Ariana. And Derek said timing issue a little bit, but big improvement. And they got a 16 out of 30, which is 2 5s and 1 6 from Carrie Ann. Next couple is Jason and Daniela, and they did a rumba. So my thoughts were he has really big shoes to fill from last week because he just came out on fire and he did so well, and I definitely think he nailed it again. 100% a front runner. He looks like a seasoned dancer. I feel like he looks like the most seasoned dancer out of all of them. Like, there's not I mean, you can tell which one's the pro and which one's not, but there's not this heavy difference between them. Like, they more dance together and they have a good partnership going on, and there's not such a drastic difference between, you know, who the pro is and who the star is. And Derek said a beautiful rumba, nailed it. Bruno said 2 coral snakes right under the tropical moonlight. And Carrie-Ann said exceptional, and he got a 24 out of 30, which is all 8s. Is tied with Sochi and Val. Carrie-Ann did say if they didn't make a little mistake, which I don't even remember what mistake they even made, not sure, they would have gotten a 9 from Carrie-Ann. So that is it for all of Latin Night, all of the couples. And now we move on to bottom 2, which is always the hard part, but we have to do it. We have to eliminate. Every week is closer to the mirror ball. Our 2 couples in the bottom 2 were Adrian Peterson and Britt, and Jamie Lynn Spears and Alan Bernstein. So everyone thought that the first week it was going to be Adrian and Jamie Lynn in the bottom 2 because they weren't a fan favorite. A lot of people just didn't want them in the competition. But it turns out last week Matt Walsh went home, and then this bottom 2 is what everyone thought week 1's bottom 2 was going to look like. So we're here with Adrian and Jamie Lynn. Who went home? Jamie Lynn. Jamie Lynn Spears was sent home, I'm pretty sure just based on people's feelings about her, which really sucks. But yeah, she unfortunately had to go home, had to say goodbye to the dance floor before it really even got started. And that always just stinks. Like, no matter who you are, that just stinks. So feel for her. And yeah, that was the end of Dance with the Stars week 2 Latin Night. Thank you guys so much for watching, and comment down below who your favorite couple is and who you're rooting for, whose team you're on. I feel like for me, I'm rooting for, there's a few people that I would be excited to win, and that is Ariana and Pasha, and Charity and Artem, and Harry and Riley. Like, I'd be excited. I don't feel in my heart that Harry can really win. Honestly, Jason Mraz too, because he's so good and so talented. And we just have a really, really fun group of stars this year, so I'm really, really excited about that. Also, I love Soji Gomez, and that's what I love about Dance with the Stars too, is sometimes I go into it not knowing who these people are, or just knowing little of them, and then I really like them as people because their personality is really shown in this show. Also Barry, he's someone I'm rooting for too. There's a few that I would just be really happy to win. Today's subscriber shout out goes to Claire McCarthy. Thank you so much. You are a new subscriber, maybe from Dance with the Stars videos. I'm not sure, but you're a new subscriber, so thank you so much. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more content. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.
There's always gonna be another